Welcome to WagerTalk TV. I am Kelly Stewart at Kelly in Vegas, joined by Ralph Michaels at Cal Sports LV, and this is the 2-minute rundown. We're going to cover the Atlanta Falcons. This Atlanta Falcons team had lots of moments of disappointment last year. Ralph, what's 2019 look like for this team?
Well, a win total of 8.5, and if you look at the win total, it seems pretty low. This Atlanta team, remember, going into last year, they were one of the favorites, and they just were injury-riddled, finished with a 7-9 season. And you may think, boy, the way they played 7-9 was pretty fortunate, but they were actually plus 4.6 yards per game, so they were on the plus side. You know, I look at them this year, they're the only team in the NFL with no back-to-back road games. That's a big scheduling edge, rotating home and away every time. You're going to get a great pattern, home, away, home, away, home, away, home, away all season long. You know, they're favored in 7 of their games, and they're a dog in 9. But most importantly, they have 12 games between the 4s. So if their defense stays healthier than they did last year.
So while they might be a dog, they're just a slight underdog.
Correct. Yeah, you're talking, you know, a 1, 2, or 3 point dog. You know, they lose a running back and they lose 2 defensive starters. They brought in a running back, and the big difference this year is they brought in 2 free agent offensive linemen, a big help to Ryan. They drafted 2 offensive linemen, a big help to Ryan. And the D has to play better last year. They're going to be healthier because they can't be any less healthy than they were. They were number 28 last year, allowing 385 points per game. You know, right now, I look at Atlanta and I think over 8.5. Again, the way they're playing, the way their schedule sets up, and after a disappointing season, I just think they're a team that will hang around in that 9 or 10 win mark and clearly beat the 8.5 over total.
I know you're not a big DFS guy, but I have to ask because, of course, I drafted Julio Jones last year, and he just was completely absent. Are we going to see him kind of come back to life with this new O-line?
Oh, I think so. Bringing 2 offensive line starters, adding 4 potential new offensive linemen is just going to make it that much better. I mean, even if the rookies can't break into the lineup, they're still going to push the people ahead of them. So, you know, there's always that pressure. Last year, they were stuck with what they had. They were no other options, and Ryan got hit a lot, didn't have time to pass, so therefore Julio Jones couldn't go deep. I think that totally changes this year.
Okay, awesome stuff. I know we always like to finish the segment with a little TNA. Give me some trends or an angle regarding the Atlanta Falcons.
Well, Atlanta is 0-12 over-under, so 12 straight unders when they're an away dog if they're off a straight-up an ATS win and their opponent is off a straight-up an ATS loss. So you have a good Atlanta team in current form against a bad team that failed to cover, 0-12 over-under as an away dog.
All right, make sure you guys listen to the Wager Talk podcast each and every Thursday. Just search for Wager Talk Podcasts on iTunes, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all major podcast networks.